another exciting edition of Sports Extraordinary Weekend edition here on Atlantic Television Network. Today's edition of the program, our focus will be on South African fighter at the Ultimate Fight Championship, Duplantis. He's gotten the better part of his opponent a few hours ago, and will now look at a prospect of having a fight in Africa, aftermath of the victory a few hours ago. That will be our focus. Beyond that, a lot coming from the world of tennis, where I can tell you Belinda Bencic has made a statement. Beyond that, in football, yesterday it was Chelsea, today it is Liverpool. They've all crashed out of the FA Cup. So we'll take a look at that as well, and a lot more to come tonight, as we hope to see FC Barcelona in a crunch tie against Sevilla. Details of these and many more will be yours when we return from the break. Stay with us. Welcome back. It's Sports Extraordinary here on Atlantic Television Network, and this hour I have with me Kingsley Emmanuel. Nice to have you.
Thank you very much for having me, sir. Happy to be here this weekend.
Well, it's a weekend where our focus is on the Ultimate Fight Championship 312 Middleweight Championship contest between Duplantis and, of course, Sean Strickland. We'll get to that in a short while, but before we get to our main discourse, let's first start from the local scene here. It's no longer secret that 9 states of the Niger Delta will be involved in a sports festival come sometime in April this year, just about 2 months or so from now. And all the states are getting ready. We understand Abia State is set up a licensing committee to prepare for this sports festival. What do you make of it? Kingsley, is this true?
Yeah, definitely it's true, and of course it's going to be a reality very soon. Taking a look at how the committee, they've actually put things in order at this point in time, and for me, from what we're seeing, this is going to be a very huge one. Looking at revitalizing sports down here in the Niger Delta region. You take a look at it, the fact that we've not really done well at some point when it comes to global competition, especially the Olympic Games. And you take a look at the rate of sport or the level of sport down here in Niger Delta, you will say has not really yielded much fruit. And I think if you take a look at it, the primary concern, not just of course to win laurels, but of course to unearth talent, to create that ground where of course talent can be spotted, and at the end of the day we can have those that can go out there and represent the country in global competition. I think that is actually the idea behind this particular one. Having the Niger Delta Sport Festival, I think this will be a lovely one. First of which kind is going to be, and with this, well, of course, we'll be looking forward to see more talents coming from the Niger Delta region.
Niger Delta states to be involved in a sports festival to be hosted for the first time by Akwabom state government. We'll keep our fingers crossed, but the United States are getting geared up. Example set there by Abia State. Now, let's quickly look at marathon. We understand the first wave of the international athletes participating in the 10th Lagos City Marathon is set to arrive in Nigeria. Today is just about, we understand about in another 5 days or so, these marathoners will arrive.
Yeah, of course, they will arrive, and for me, we're going to see athletes all the way from Kenya. You talk about Ethiopia, and the rest dominating in about, I think, for almost all the editions for this particular.
Talk about foreign athletes, mainly African athletes. Kenyans have been dominant at the Lagos City Marathon, and we don't think it will be any different this year. But 4,000 marathoners will be on showcase, I think in the next 4 days or so from now. And it promises to be very thrilling out there in Lagos. We know of Simon Chepro, and of course Edwin Kipto, who finished second and third last year. A lot of money is at stake in this one, Kingsley.
Yeah.
How many $1,000 is involved in this one? I understand it's over 50,000 US dollars.
Yeah, over 50,000 US dollars, and I think for me it's going to be
for the first place.
For the first place.
Second place.
Second place, I think we'll go home with about 30,000 US.
40,000.
40,000.
Then the third place is 30,000
US.
That's a lot of money.
A lot of money, of course, at this point in time, and I just hope that, of course, local marathon is, of course, to see how they can, possibly, grab this one. Not always giving the foreign athletes opportunity, to always take advantage. We understand when it comes to marathon, Nigeria is not really, well known, for marathon. You talk about the Ethiopians, the Kenyans, the Ugandans. They are very much, when it has to do with marathon. That's why they always come down here, and take up these huge amounts of money. But I think this time we should be able to see a Nigerian to step up, about the occasion and see how they can compete. That strength when it has to do with jab, it also has the strength, when it comes to the kicks as well. The kicks was also, his advantage, in this particular one, apart from the jab. So if you take a look at it, a complete UFC fighter, and it's, of course, going to be very difficult, for Strickland to have taken him down. And of course, he actually showed, his superiority.